Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Life. Here we are in the first Sunday in June, a brand new month, still coming to you from Cedar Edge, still coming to you online. We will be having a meeting with our core council coming up in the next few days to create a plan for coming back to in-person services at CSL. I don't have any information about that quite yet. We will be following, again, guidelines from Governor Polis, but also we'll be following our core values and guidelines and our vision and mission and purpose statement for CSL, in particular, in choosing how to move forward from here. So stay tuned and you'll be the first to know as soon as we have a plan what that plan is going to be and how we plan to implement it. It'll be new territory that we are all on. The uncertainty of the world and the uncertainty of what's going on right now is causing a little bit of havoc for a lot of people. And I have chosen this month's theme to maybe address some of those things. I needed to address some of these things within my own being. I too am going through a lot of raw emotions lately with everything going on. And so what I'm sharing with you is just my own spiritual journey, the things that I'm going through, the things that I can do that have helped me, the thoughts that I've had, that I've written down during this time, and also all kinds of ideas from other people in the internet and readings and things, not necessarily about the state of our world right now. I don't really, everyone can tune into that however they choose, but how to deal with the way things are right now is more what I'm concerned with. What do I do with all of that? So being in balance is the focus for me, and I'd like to share that with you and all different ideas and thoughts about what it means to be in balance. So I'd like to start out with a quote that I have from Jana Kingsford. She says, balance is not something you find, it's something you create. Okay? So I'd like to explore with you ways to create balance in our lives. One of the first things I'd like to read to you, as instead of an opening song, I'm not going to sing to you again. I have these really cool paragrams. And a very good friend of mine brought these back to me from the Self-Realization Fellowship Center in California. And they're just little cards. And they're written by Yogananda. Okay? And he has one here on balance. And I would like to read this as our mission or vision for studying balance this month, and come back to this as the overall mission and vision for balance this month. He says, the material and the spiritual are but two parts of one universe and one truth. By overstressing one part or the other, man fails to achieve the balance necessary for harmonious development. Life is expressed in a threefold way: through thoughts, desires, and actions. Rightly guide all three forms of expression, and they will lead you to a higher state of consciousness. In your activities, you are the creator, the preserver, the transformer. Your will is the director. Practice the art of living in this world without losing your inner peace of mind. Follow the path of balance to reach the inner wondrous garden of self-realization. So before we start into studying a little bit about balance, I just want to give you a few announcements at the center here. We will be posting on Wednesday night. We will be posting some inspirational films for you to maybe discuss within your own family there, to discuss with people if you have other people in there watching. It'd be a great time to have a meaningful, deep discussion about something that you watch on YouTube. So we will be posting those coming up Wednesday evening. Thank you, David Hawes, for finding those and getting those to me so that I can send them out on the email. We also have, if you are into Facebook, we have a private group Facebook page called Friends of the Center. And Sophia Paul has been attending to that page, and I give great thanksgiving for that. That is a place where you can go to have discussions or post things that you think are pertinent, and get support and prayer from your fellow peeps on Facebook. So that is Friends of the Center. I encourage you to find that. Karen Floyd continues to have Zoom meetings or Zoom study groups for A Course of Love. If you would like to get in on one of those Zoom study groups, you can email Karen at mskarenfloyd. That's mskarenfloyd 58 at gmail.com, and she would love to have a conversation with you about which one of those Zoom groups might work for you. And again, thank you, Karen, for continuing to do that work. We also have a YouTube channel, Center for Spiritual Life Delta. If you would like to look up music that David and Tamara have posted, Roy has a little bit of music posted on there. And all of the videos that I have posted for Sunday services are on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and visit, the whole set of like authenticity for the whole month of May, all of those YouTubes are there. And of course, these will be too. And please join me now in stating our vision and our mission together for CSL. Okay. This center offers a path for awakening to the realization of oneness. Open hearts, inspired life, empowered love. Our spiritual community welcomes all people to embrace oneness as the truth of our being. Together, we see a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, we recognize and realize the omnipresence of divine love as the truth of all. Okay. So I think it's important that we all strive to stay centered in love during these extraordinary times that we're experiencing right now. Let me just offer just a few words from Bashar, okay? He says, stay at the center of the storm all around you, where calm, peace, and solitude reign. You may see the storm raging all around you, swirling and thundering all around you. It's most important that you find peace within yourself, calm within yourself. Take stock of who you are. Take this time of sequestering to center yourself in the eye of the storm. Strip yourselves of negative belief systems and get in touch with your indestructible core. Get in touch with your indestructible core. So let's talk about staying in balance, being in balance. creating balance in our lives, okay? When I chose balance as the focus this month, man, I really had no idea how vast a subject this can be. I came up with way more material than I could use in just 30 minutes messages. So I really had to pick and choose what to share with you. I found an overall good outline for this month from Deepak Chopra that I really liked. I feel like these particular areas of life that Deepak brings to our attention can give a pretty complete picture in a balanced life. But as you will see, there are so many components in each area that also need to be balanced. So I have a quote here by Ariana Huffington. She says, "Life is a dance between making it happen and letting it happen." Can anyone relate to that? Man, I can relate to that. A constant balance between those two things. That's one way to look at balance. So there's always that fine balance between the physical and the spiritual, which is what Yogananda talked about in that opening statement. A balance between the ego and the higher mind, or the doing and the being. And I'd like to weave in a little bit of all of that into the intentions that Deepak shares with us. He's set forth to help create a balanced lifestyle. So he has 4 intentions for a balanced life by Deepak Chopra. Let me put these here so you can actually see them while I'm reading them. Okay, here we go. So he says, I think if you start every day with these 4 intentions: joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being, then you allow your day to organize itself around these intentions. Therefore, seating your consciousness with these intentions is the best way to orchestrate the fulfillment of them. Okay? So first I want to look up the definition of balance to get a more clear understanding of what it is I'm asking for, so I can, more easily buy into the ideas that I'm going to present here, that I'm going to bring up, so I can more easily put them to work in my mind if I have a better understanding of balance. And so I looked up balance according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, and I chose, out of the many definitions of balance in there, I chose 3 that I would like to think upon today. Number 1, it says to compare the value of one thing with another. Okay. Number 2 says to bring into harmony or proportion. And number 3, balance is to keep or put something in a position so that it does not fall. So when I think about comparing the value, I think about number 1, to compare the value of one thing with another. I can look at these 4 intentions. Let me put them back up here. What did I do with them? Yeah, here they are. I can look at these 4 intentions, okay? Which I interpret basically, they focus on my body, on my physical being, the joyful, energetic body, okay? They focus on my emotions, my heart space, that loving, compassionate heart. And then my inner life, my thoughts and beliefs, in reflective, alert mind. And my spiritual life, I am the lightness of being. And I can ask myself, am I giving each one of these areas equal value in my life? Or do I even want to give them equal value? And if I did, how might it change my life? So these are great questions for me to write about in my life journal, the journal here that is like my life course, that I write things down, that I study about myself, the book of me. And so these are great questions to ask myself. Deepak says, creating balance this way can bring more harmony into our awareness, which is the second definition of balance here, to bring into harmony, okay? Which brings the experience of joy and peace into my life. It brings the awareness into my life, okay? When I can continue to place my attention or my awareness on these areas, okay, and I can feed them in a positive way, then that keeps them in a position in my life where they don't fall, okay? That would be number 3, to keep or put something in a position so that it doesn't fall. When I pay attention to each of these areas, I am more in balance, and they don't fall out of my awareness and therefore out of my experience. And do I want these in my experience? You bet I do. Okay? So that's the idea, to have these intentions every day to create a more balanced life, more peace, more joy, more love in my awareness and therefore in my experience. Okay? So this week we will focus on the first one. Okay? The first one, which is joyful, energetic body. So week one, in the month of June, I will be talking about joyful, energetic body. And then we'll go on from there using those 4 as an outline. Thank you, Deepak. So I have the intention here, joyful, energetic body. I have the intention to take care of my body physically so that I can feel energized to carry out my life's work or my purpose here, or no matter what that purpose may be in any given moment. Energy in my physical body helps me to become inspired to take action on that purpose or my dreams and my passions, okay? So here's some questions I can ask myself about my physical body, this physicalness. I can ask myself in my journal, I can write these questions. Am I sleeping well? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I getting too much sleep? Is my mind anxious while I sleep? Is it interrupted sleep? Just questions to ask yourself, okay? Am I moving my body? This is a quote from Ido Portal from a piece called Humans Are Made to Move. It's a small little quote from him, and he says, or she, I don't know, the body will become better at whatever you do or don't do. If you don't move, your body will make you better at not moving. If you move, your body will allow more movement. Okay? So I check in with myself. Am I moving my body in some way? Am I dancing? Am I hiking? I could be biking or walking or, practicing Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga. There's so many ways to move the body, and I'm just asking myself, am I taking the time to do that? Another question, am I eating well? Okay. Am I informed about the foods I'm eating? Have I studied healthy ways to nourish my body? And I don't really need to or intend to go into actual foods and diets here, because we can all access that kind of information and a lot of information these days. But I would like to share a few ideas about using food as medicine for our bodies. So again, from Chopra.com, he shares some ideas from Ayurveda, which is a lifestyle system of health that has been used for more than 5,000 years in India. And so he shares this. That's just one thing I want to share about that. Many, many things in that way of living, that lifestyle, but this is one of the things. and it's called Eat Naturally Intelligent Foods. So Deepak says, modern food is significantly different from what your hunter-gatherer ancestors ate. The ancestral diet was made up of wild grasses, seeds and nuts and vegetables, fruits and wild game. This provided everything people needed in ancient times. In addition, they were limited by what was available in their environment in any given season because food wasn't shipped or preserved as it is today. The advantage to eating this type of diet was that food was consumed close to the source, pure and unmodified for the most part, thus retaining natural intelligence in the form of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. Fortunately, we have easier access to food, but the general concept of food source is still very relevant. The more we take into our body food closest to its original form, the more we can access nature's intelligence and turn it into the medicine we need for healthful living. According to Ayurveda, foods that are raw, fresh, locally sourced, and organic contain high amounts of prana, or vital life force, which animates all living beings. When you eat high pranic foods, you take in some of the natural healing intelligence of that food. The more you explore plant-based nutrition and eating healthy, the more you will discover the thread always leads back to eating a diet that is full of whole foods, of foods that look close to how they grew in nature. Okay. He says at the end, he quotes Oscar Wilde, everything in moderation, including moderation. Okay. So, after reading these things and thinking about these questions and how I'm eating, I want to think deeply about everything I put into my body. But in order to stay balanced at the same time, I don't want to allow the toxicity of my judgments about what I'm eating to outweigh the benefit of the food that I'm eating. Another balancing act. In Wayne Dyer's book, Being in Balance, which will be the Wednesday night Book Schwartz book this month, these words from Wayne Dyer. Your beliefs reflect the current relative state of health that your body is in just as much as your diet and exercise regimen do. If you desire a gloriously healthy body but behave in unwholesome ways, you're obviously going to be out of balance. But even more telling are the kinds of thoughts and beliefs that you have about your health. Deepak Chopra, my friend and colleague of many years, once observed, your brain produces a chemical that relays the news of your happiness to all 52 million of your body cells, who rejoice and join in. So picture yourself as you're about to enjoy a hot fudge sundae or a piece of birthday cake. Are you happy? Or are you filled with guilt and apprehension before you take your first bite? And what beliefs have you attached yourself to that are preventing your brain from producing and relaying good news to the rest of your body, including those that are about to be converted to unhappy fat cells rather than happy, healthy cells? So what are your beliefs about what it takes to be in shape and physically healthy? Is it necessary for a person to suffer every day and go through a rigorous workout routine in order to be in good health physically? These are commonly held beliefs that should be challenged if you're seeking a more balanced life. Your wish is for a body that looks and feels terrific. So what kind of thoughts do you entertain in order to reach this desire? Okay. All too often your thoughts go something like this. I am not an active person. It doesn't matter how much I exercise. I still can't get the weight off and get in shape. Okay. I hate sweating and running. Okay. When you change your thoughts and what you believe about what's possible for you, you change everything, including your physiology. You need to fervently believe that you're a specimen of perfect health by creating that picture of yourself as looking and feeling great. Carrying this image wherever you go and believing passionately in it, in its reality, is a total thought changer. Such is the awesome power of thought. But I'm also saying something that goes beyond this idea of your body acting automatically in response to your reprogrammed thinking. As you begin to balance stereotypical expectations for your body that are out of harmony with your desire to be healthy and feel great, you'll notice another automatic reaction. Your behaviors will begin to spontaneously seek to balance with your expressed desires. It may happen gradually, but there it is. You are seeing yourself not living in fear or overly focused on your appearance. This wonderful awareness of self-acceptance combines with a strong desire to treat your body with respect. Your eating habits shift without making a conscious decision to change anything, okay? You're choosing thoughts that are in harmony with your originating spirit. And in so doing, there's no room for being unhealthy because you're more at peace in your thoughts, believing that whatever you do can be converted to a healthy reaction. You take on the same automatic new response in your approach to exercise and physical well-being. Your newly balanced internal picture procedure affirms William James's assertion, I am a divinely healthy and fit human being. Think it, say it, believe it. I am a divinely healthy and fit human being. Okay, that's from Wayne Dyer, his book Being in Peace. Okay, the name of that chapter. You're not what you eat. You're what you believe about what you eat. So we keep hearing more and more in the mainstream about mindfulness and conscious eating and what that might mean. So I wanted to look up a little bit of that and incorporate that into balance in our body. So mindful eating is eating with awareness. And I just found this tiny little blurb here I want to share on Spoon Guru online. They say mindful eating is about allowing yourself to become aware of the positive and nurturing opportunities that are available through food selection and preparation by respecting your inner wisdom. It also practices using all of your senses in choosing to eat food that is both satisfying to you and nourishing to your body. There's that balance again. Along with acknowledging responses to food, likes, dislikes, or neutral, without judgment, you become aware of physical hunger and satiety cues to guide your decisions to begin and end eating. Okay? Mindful eating involves acknowledging that there is no right or wrong way to eat. So you're taking the judgment off of the right and wrong way, okay? It involves varying degrees of awareness surrounding the experience of food. It involves accepting that everyone's eating experiences are unique. Directing your attention to eating on a moment-by-moment basis. Recognizing how you make choices that support health and well-being. Recognizing how you make them. And becoming aware of the interconnection of the earth with living beings and cultural practices and the impact of your choices on those. It promotes balance, choice, wisdom, and acceptance. So along with the topic of joyful, energetic body, I also wanted to look at the word energetic and talk a little bit about the energetic body. And again, this is a big, big subject that we just have, 30 minutes or so to talk about. So I'm just touching on different areas of this and giving you the websites and the ways to get in touch with these ideas if you want to delve into them a little bit deeper. I realize I'm not going deep into any one thing. I'm just offering ideas, balancing this and that, okay? So the energetic body. What is energy medicine with Donna Eden? She says energy runs through everyone. It keeps us moving, animating our muscles and bones and heart, everything. This life force has incredible intelligence. It is the foundation of all the body's physical systems: the immune system, the respiratory system, the reproductive system, all of them, directing them in the amazing ways they keep us alive and thriving. The energy is far more intelligent than our brains. Energy medicine is the practice of tapping into this brilliant energy and mobilizing it for your health and well-being. Every day we encounter so many unnatural things, from the electromagnetic energies and toxins that surround us to the additives in our foods. All of these can sap our vitality or even make us sick. Energy medicine can help us teach our bodies to tolerate what we find in our environment. Okay. When I get stressed or feel overwhelmed, this is her talking. When I get stressed or feel overwhelmed, energy medicine is a great way to work with stress because it's effective and quick. And so she gives us just this little exercise, this little energy medicine exercise that is easy to do and you can do anywhere and to relieve stress in your life. And she says, just put your hand on your forehead and take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Hold your hand on your forehead the whole time. The energy and blood will come back into the front of the brain. We get pulled into stress many times a day, so do this exercise a few times a day or whenever you need it. And I thought, okay, that is a great, easy way to use energy medicine. And I would like to add to that. If you're going to do that anyway, I would like to add in a little spiritual practice here as well and add the words love as you breathe in, okay? So you breathe in through your nose, love. And when you exhale through your mouth, you breathe out the word peace and you smile. Okay, so we're practicing breathing in love through our nose as we're doing this to bring it to the front of our brain. We exhale through our mouth, thinking peace, resting with a gentle smile on our face. We can do that 3 times. Okay. Love in. Peace out with a gentle smile. Okay? So try that. It's free. You can do it anywhere. You can go to your car. You can go to the break room. You can go to the bathroom. You could do it with people. Use it. Why not? Right? So I'd like to finish today with the joyful, energetic body. I'd like to finish with words from Joel Goldsmith about the body. So I leave you with these words, and we'll go right into a meditation prayer by John Randolph Price. Okay? These words from Joel Goldsmith. Okay, this is from his book, Consciousness Unfolding. He says, let us consider the organs and the functions of our body. Up to the time of our coming into metaphysics, we have believed that the issues of life were in the body. Issues affecting the heart, let's say, might destroy our life. Issues affecting the lungs might affect our health and ultimately our life. But in metaphysics, the first thing we are told, and which we find true, is that God is the only power, and that there is no action or power in the body. As Christian Science puts it, the body is not self-acting. The real jurisdiction of the world is in mind, with a capital M, mind controlling every effect. So this is what the metaphysical meaning of the body is, the metaphysical interpretation of the body and health. He says we must purge our human belief of the universally accepted concept of the body governing life, and accept the truth that life governs body. We make an absolute reversal of the world belief that the heart, stomach, or lungs control life. You do not get this mind that was in Jesus, okay? You don't develop this mind that was in Jesus by going to church. You do not get it by praying on your knees. You do not get it by giving up 10% of your income to the church. You get this mind that was in Jesus by the conscious realization that God is the mind of you, and that God is the mind of your body and controls its own formation, which is spiritual being and spiritual body, perfect, whole, and complete at all times. Okay? So if you'll take just a moment to relax, let those words seep into your body, seep into your mind, seep into your consciousness and into your heart. Prepare. I will like to share a meditation here by John Randolph Price. So can we just relax, but stay alert? And I invite you to take these words that I speak as your own. Embody them. Let them seep into your consciousness. Let them change you from within to without. The Spirit of God is the life force within me, and every cell of my body is filled with the intelligence, the love, and the radiant energy of God mind. God's pattern for me is perfect health. Therefore, wellness is the natural state of my being. Ideas such as sickness, disease, and old age cannot exist in the mind of God. That mind is my mind. So I now see myself as God sees me. I see myself strong. I see myself vital, vibrant, perfect. I am now lifted up into the consciousness of wholeness. I accept God's perfect idea as my perfect body right now. And it is so. And so it is. And so I just allow it to be. All right. Well, I hope there's been some inspiration today for the beginning of balancing our life in those areas that we talked about earlier. We talked about joyful, energetic bodies. So maybe there's been some ideas and some new ways of looking at some things in order to get our body into a more balanced state so that we can begin to experience more peace of mind, more joy in our lives by doing that. So again, just thank you for being with us today. Thank you for listening. I have a couple other announcements here, and that is tithing and donations. We have received so much support from our community, and I'm just truly touched by the support when we haven't been able to meet in person, that people continue to do their spiritual work. They're continuing to tune in and continuing to send their tithing and donation to the center. I'm just so grateful. I'm going to put this up here. If you would like to send a donation by check, you can make your check out to Center for Spiritual Life and send it to 658 Howard Street in Delta, 81416. If you would like to give using your card, I ask that you visit our website at www.csldelta.org, and it will give you directions on how to use your card on the website there. So thank you again. I do have, being the month of June, we have a new offering affirmation. Okay, so here it is. You can say it with me. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Sorry, let's do it again. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. All the wealth life offers me. Wealth, well-being, all the wealth life offers me. I am open and receptive. Okay. All right. So also, if you have a prayer that you would like Lou Kunzelman or myself to hold in our spiritual time, our prayer time, Lou is a licensed practitioner of science of mind, has been trained in spiritual mind treatment. That is the way that we pray in New Thought. She is holding those highest ideals, that highest idea of God being the one and only power and presence in the universe. Therefore, it is whole, perfect, and complete right now. And she claims those things in her prayer time, in her consciousness, opening up that space for us to be able to enter into the idea that everything is whole, perfect, and complete in our lives right now. I really encourage you to use this support system of prayer. Here is Lou's direct email address and also the church email address. Please ask for any kind of support you would like. Maybe it's for something, a new adventure. Maybe it's for courage to start a new adventure, or courage to start creating your life anew, more balanced, authentic. It's what we're talking about here, is taking this time to have some deep thought about what you're doing with your life, who you are, who you want to be. So ask for some support in that as well, or also challenges that you may be experiencing or that your family may be experiencing. Okay to ask for prayer for other people as well. So this is Lou's information. It is Lou Kunzelman at Bresnan.net. LUKUNZELMAN at Bresnan, BRESNAN.net. Okay. Or the other one is our center's email address, c4sldelta@gmail.com. Okay. Also talking about prayers, on our YouTube channel, there is a a general well-being prayer that I have created with some music in the background. If anybody wants to utilize that prayer for their own private time or go to sleep by it or just get some comfort from it, that video is on our YouTube channel and you can pull that up for your own personal use. Okay, so here we are with a repetitive affirmation. Here it is. Okay, so you can look at that. We have upped this from 4 times to 5 times. So here we go, looking at this affirmation. I love living a balanced, harmonious life. So here we go, 5 times. I love living a balanced, harmonious life. 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 Thank you. And so it is. I just want to put one little thought in here that I just had after we did that affirmation. I know that it can be challenging getting in on and buying into these online services. It's just not the same. I know it's not the same for me as well, having the energy from you to bounce back to me. It's a little awkward and odd, but I got a really fun testimonial from somebody who has been watching the services. And he said, at first he was kind of didn't care for the online services. It was hard for him. And then he had a point where I don't know what was going on in the service, but he was yelling out, things like hallelujah and amen and yes, sister, and things like that. And he was like, it was so freeing in my own living room. It was so freeing to be able to yell out and express things that I wanted to express that I haven't felt comfortable yet to do in-person services. So I don't know. That seems like an upside to me. So thank you for the feedback. Mwah. Always willing to hear your feedback. You can also email. You can text me too if you have my number. It's out there. Most people have it. But you can email me at that c4sldelta@gmail.com if you have any kind of feedback you want to give me. Again, what I have been telling people is everything is a little uncertain right now. And in this uncertainty, we're just a bunch of bozos doing the best we can. So thank you for hanging with us. Just remember, I'll end with your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here with CSL, here on this planet at this time, here in this beautiful present moment. Don't forget the present moment, okay? We center ourselves right here within our own hearts where peace and calm reside, okay? And we know we are all one. We are all one in divine love. So spread the love. Namaste. Thank you.